Dear Tanil, Munty, Ashley, Evelyn, and Portia, the pandemonium during the past 4 years has been taxing and demanding on our family dynamic. Each of us has been on a boulder strewn path that was supposed to lead one of us, or all of us, to an incandescent light of self determination. Yet none of us is really there. As a consequence, I have made the decision to publicize how state officials in the United States, the Republic of Ireland, and Northern Ireland have been operating behind the screens of our phones to manufacture a colossal wedge that has impacted our families significantly. Displeasure is not the response a person usually gives when they receive a phone call from a family member. Indeed, research shows hearing from a loved one, even if the news is troubling, raises positive dopamine levels, whereas not hearing from a family member at all during a convivial time can lower them. While last night may have served as a contradiction to the findings of that research, the question we must ask is why. Evidence shows when a family member is pressured and coerced by a third party to malign a member of their own family, they are thrown into a state of perfidy. Over the past few months, evidence has revealed the United States, the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, and likely NESOs are puppeting each of us from behind the curtain. This happens every time we speak on the phone. I think what could save us so much stress and frustration is by asking the third party who has been interfering in our family affairs to come out from behind that curtain and to reveal their identity. In light of the fact they are not genuinely conducting in any investigation into a national security concern, continuing to operate behind the curtains while refusing to make their identity known should be a concern for all of you. A reasonable and prudent person would agree that it is an unfair fight when one person is blindfolded while the other, not blindfolded, is permitted to throw an unlimited number of blows. Here, the first move is surprisingly simple. You do this by informing this alleged authority figure, quote, if you seek to take a stand against Kiana, that stand must be on a level playing field where she knows your identity, end quote. Issuing this statement to this supposed authority figure operating behind the curtains is not illegal because there is no real evidence they're investigating any real crime. If a crime had truly occurred, there would have already been an arrest. Don't you see? Now imagine if you were arrested for engaging in a right afforded to you under the Constitution. That is calling out racialized harassment by state officials. And Ben Crump got wind of that. You'd have a strong lawsuit in your favor for violation of your First Amendment right to freedom of speech, your Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable government interference, your Eighth Amendment right against cruel and unusual punishment, and a strong claim for malicious prosecution. I guarantee you, the state officials are not willing to go up against someone like Crump. It's why they continue to operate from behind the shadows. The only risk here is not knowing our history. Our history began with drapetomania, where physician Samuel A. Cartwright argued that enslaved Africans who fled the plantation must have had a mental illness because enslavement was thought to be such an improvement on African lives. Imagine that. Then we had Jim Crow, where toxic officials like the one remaining behind the curtain administered policies that prevented blacks from drinking from the same water fountain as whites, enforcing that harmful legacy of slavery. Not knowing your history places you at a significant disadvantage. The second is also simple. Remove yourself from being an intermediary. Because you have not committed a crime, the third party outside our family should have no problem with you not acting as an intermediary between them and I. Trust me when I say this approach will give you and I the peace of mind that we seek. The golden rule here is that white supremacy operates on deception. We could all agree it's deceptive for this authority figure to force feed you questions which you never intended on consuming and have you regurgitate those questions to me. They are not showing you how to employ tough love. They're showing you narcissistic love. They're not teaching you to put me in my place. They're teaching you to take me out of my place. That is why the leveling of the playing field is authoritative. Trust me, others have found success with this approach. For instance, in the Republic of Ireland, multiple asylum seekers refused to follow their instructions, and their power, or the power of this authority figure, began to evaporate. Imagine what a simple no can do and what freedom that would bring us by the new year. The American Civil Liberties Union, the National Urban League, and other civil rights organizations will intervene, I guarantee you, if they make a decision to encroach upon your freedom after you say no. From this point forward, you should inform that person if they seek to communicate with me to do so themselves. If they insist on ordering you to act as an intermediary, you have a strong case for an injunction. Injunctions prevent a public body from undertaking unlawful conduct. Their illegal conduct will demonstrate there is a serious issue to be tried. A court is also likely to find the balance of convenience weighs in the family's favor, since this toxic authority figure has done nothing but used its position of power to drive a wedge between our family. Now, imagine how an injunction could be the key that allows us to get on with our lives. If you truly are not under any arrangement, excommunicating this person operating from behind the scenes will be the key that frees us all. Tanil, imagine what it would be like if I called you and told you I went on a date or went salsa dancing. Or Munty, imagine if I called you and told you I got a new pair of skates. Or Evelyn and Ashley, imagine if I were able to pursue a master's degree in law again without hindrance and opened an organization the children could one day call their own. Portia, imagine what it would be like if I found a Louis Vuitton on sale like in the past and sent it to you. Now, imagine getting another text from that toxic authority figure asking you to deliver me questions which are put forward to discredit me. Imagine what that must feel like and how it has only created a deeper wedge between us in lieu of clarifying any real matter. It's time that we took the first step and locked this authority figure out of our conversations, out of our family, and out of our lives for good. Divesting from any incentives they are offering or could offer to maintain control over us is an important step as well. If we stick together and take these steps, all of us will have our lives back by the spring. I guarantee it. The only risk here is not trying at all.